Thanks for staying with us. Now, the Kenyan government declared a surprise public holiday for its citizens on November the 13th. The goal of this holiday is for its 55 million citizens to plant 2 seedlings each. The country aims to increase forest cover to 10% from 7%. The plan is to plant 15 billion trees in 10 years. Now, according to United Nations, Nigeria, on the contrary, has the highest deforestation rate in the world, with an estimated 3.7% of its forest lost every year. Olashibomi Ali Balogun, Research Associate, Financial Derivatives Company, joins us to discuss this. Shibomi, if Kenya finds it necessary to embark on this aggressive reforestation initiatives, why is Nigeria not doing the same? And if Nigeria was to introduce such an exercise, what will be the impact on the agricultural output and its environment?
Well, for one, I think we should first go around and discuss the climate or the ecosystem of the world. So global climate right now is declining, and with the way things are looking, if we don't sort of like create awareness in Nigeria, we would see more decline. And like Nigeria currently, we have started some particular states. That's the food production states. They have taken they have some initiatives going down. We have Lagos states. I think in 2021 they had some tree planting exercise. We have Kano, Borno, Bauchi, and a few other. But those are just a few states that have taken the initiative to start this. And global climate is currently on the decline. We saw during the COVID period, we saw the Amazon, the Brazil Amazon rainforest. Some parts of it got burnt, and the whole world, there was a big discussion around it towards preserving the rainforest because it spans across 9 countries and it's one of the biggest rainforests in the world. So with Nigeria, there needs to be more awareness towards the global ecosystem and preserving it. We have seen these particular states, they've come in, they've done that, they've done this, but we have not really seen any much impact on how this is preserving the ecosystem in Nigeria. Well, when we look at the agricultural space, it's sort of like the trees and the deforestation. When you look at deforestation sort of like it reduces the agricultural products. Once you remove the trees or you fell trees from the forest, it emits the carbon which has been which the trees were keeping down. The trees sort of like serve as a protector for the ecosystem. So once they emit those carbon in, they take it, they preserve them and sort of like dissipate them into they dissipate them slowly. So this sort of like helps the agricultural. It helps prevent less production.
Okay.
Once we have more production of agricultural products, and we preserving more trees, helping the ecosystem go more better. There are so many advantages to it.
Okay, so
one, we can look at how the trees help with water quality.
Shubhami, let's just quickly go to what the UN has for this deforestation. It has a very ambitious goal to halt deforestation by 2030. I would like to know what this impacts, if this initiative is even achieved, what is the impact in terms of the global price of lumber?
Well, I think, okay, for one, I should start with how Kenya. Let's look at Kenya first. They banned felling of trees in Kenya for 6 years, and there was a recent policy which which they lifted the ban, but then the ban was lifted for them to cut down mature trees and trees that were decaying. So during that period, during the 6-year period, we saw how lumber was very, very expensive. They had to buy illegal logging. They had to like skate around for different lumber just so they can meet the demand. And the supply that they got wasn't even up to what they needed. So globally, when we look at achieving this, there has to be some sort of balance. There has to be policies guiding felling of trees. We can look when we look at it economically, we can say there will be an increase in the price of lumber globally. Yes, but when we look at it ecologically, we also need to preserve this. So if they strike a balance on trees that are decayed, trees that are mature or over mature, they can cut those or fell those. But when we look at trees that actually contribute to the ecosystem of the world, I think are trees that regenerate. So there are trees that are sort of like they are beside the water side and they help to control and they help to control the way water goes and impacts flooding. So trees like that should be left alone. So it takes a lot of initiative, continuous processes, and a lot of maintenance to keep the balance in place. So there would be an increase in the price of lumber globally, but then it is very important that there has to be a balance.
Thank you so much, Olashibomi Ali Balogun, Research Associate, Federal Financial Derivatives Company, for sharing your perspective on Business Incorporated.
Thank you.